Hello, Bible readers. It's Monday, November 30th. We're reading a bunch of Psalms today, 43, 44, 45, 49, 84, 85, and 87. And then Acts chapter 13, verse 13 through chapter 14, verse 7. A lot more than last Friday, I'll tell you that. Okay, so Psalms. I'll just give you, this is kind of how I'm going to do Psalms, just give a line for each one. Psalm 43. This is part 2 of Psalm 42. That moves from complaint, that's what Psalm 42 is, to petition, which is what Psalm 43 is. And the petition is, God, vindicate me. Psalm 44, this is a communal lament psalm. God's people suffer even when they don't deserve it. They're left to appeal for help from the source of the problem. Communal lament is a very interesting use, I think, of the Psalms. Psalm 45 is a song of praise addressed to a person, the king, probably used in a wedding, most likely. So say the scholars. Psalm 49, profession of faith in God, kind of a generic. Sorry, Psalm 49. Psalm 84, some think this is a pilgrimage song. Sung as you'd be making your way to Jerusalem for one of the many festivals that you might be going to. I think it's interesting. There seems to be a connection from physical ascent. Here I go, God. My body is moving in this direction. There's a connection between the physical and the spiritual. That as I make this pilgrimage, as my body is going in this direction, I bring with me my soul. My spirituality, my faith. Psalm 85, communal prayer, again known for verses 8 through 13, where God's promise of peace and salvation is spoke during a difficult time. So it's really a psalm of hope, you could say. And then Psalm 87, this one's famous for being written poorly. I found this to be almost humorous as I was reading a commentary about it. Interpreters keep arguing about whether they should be moving this line to there, and they treat it almost as a puzzle because it's written so strangely. So in the book of Acts today, Paul's extensive speech is a lot like Peter's was, which was a lot like Stephen's was. Again, Paul is following a pattern, right? The pattern of legitimate prophets, people who are speaking with the authority of the Holy Spirit, is that the Spirit commissions them. They then get sent out to confront demonic powers. Jesus does this, Peter does this, Paul does this. Show that the scriptures are fulfilled. So Paul here finds his way into a temple to proclaim the scriptures fulfilled. Acceptance is then offered by some, rejection by others, which is difficult. So that's the pattern that Paul is following. We've talked about this before. The last part of chapter 13 is about the apostles shake off the dust from their feet in a gesture of rejection commanded by Jesus himself to his emissaries back in Luke chapter 10. Those who reject the kingdom are themselves rejected from it. That's Luke's perspective. The other connection I'd want you to make here is that the prophecy of Isaiah 49:6 basically describes the stages of Paul's mission as it has so far gone. And that's, I think, an interesting, as we get to Isaiah, we're going to see a lot of what, Luke is basing his gospel and the book of Acts on. It's coming from Isaiah 49 and other parts of Isaiah. I am one with my God. My God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.